Chris, here's a little copy for you. Would you mind reading that for us? Right here, right live. This is the other voice that Chris actually does for us, amongst other things, is Timothy Mouse from the Dumbo. I thought we'd have to do the spiel for you right now.
This is what your toddlers hear.
Hi there, it's your friend Timothy Mouse. As you know, Dumbo is a real high flyer. So as to make your flight a safe one, mind your step as you climb aboard and then be sure to stay seated with your seatbelt fastened, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside. And for all you grown-ups, be sure to watch your kids.
Bobby, would you do Solid Live for me, please?
Greetings, my friends. This is Solo, sharing with you a few handy tips. Once on board, be sure to place your supplies and loose items in the pouch in front of you. Now, for your safety, you must remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. Make sure you keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the transport. Watch your children, and remember, do not gaze into the eyes of the idol.
Practiced all night. By the way, for those of you who don't know, the other voice that Audrey does, which you're familiar with, is the Autopia. She's Susie, the Autopia car.
Hi everybody, this is Susie, the Autopia car. When you get to the boarding area, please tell my friend the track attendant whether you'll be riding 1, 2, or 3 to a car. Please remain seated and be sure to wear your seatbelt while driving, okay? To make us go, push your foot down on our pedal. To stop, just take your foot off our pedal. Drive carefully out there and don't bump the car ahead of you or stop at any time. See you on the road.
Oh, for goodness sakes, I can't even see this. Oh, here we go. Okay, so as you probably know, occasionally we change a voice out of an attraction. It's not because we don't love the person in the attractions, because sometimes the story changes, sometimes, like for instance, the Maliboomer, we completely took it out of DCA. And we just recently retired a voice of California Screamin that was there for the first 11 years, and that was my wonderful friend Dee Bradley Baker. So Dee, for old time's sake, would you do California Screamin for us, please?
Just want to remind you that before the launch, you'll need to put on your hats, glasses, cameras, date packs, and any other loose items in a safe place on board, or leave them with someone who's not riding. Thanks! You'll be California Screamin before you know it. Get ready, Screamers! Head back, face forward, and hang on! Launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
I got so many angry letters from your mother about that.
May she rest in peace.
Okay, now. No, it's okay. I knew this would happen if I came tonight. So Corey, you do all the wonderful voices. You do the Paul Frees, you do the Hans Conried, we all know that. But the voice that all of us hear that we cannot escape, because every time you come to the park you hear it, is of course the tram. Would you mind doing a little tram for us?
Hello everyone, welcome aboard the Mickey and Friends tram. Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding. Please place young children toward the inside of the tram, away from the sides. There may be no lap sitting, except for very young children who are sitting with their parents. Children may not ride in strollers. Strollers should be folded and safely stored before we leave. As a courtesy to others, we ask that there be no eating, drinking, or smoking on board. All right? In just a few moments, we will begin our trip to the Disneyland Resort main entrance plaza. Thank you.
Now, for those of you who remember the fabulous voice of the Peoplemover, BJ Ward, you haven't heard it because it hasn't been at Disneyland for so many years. I thought we'd have wonderful BJ do the voice of the Peoplemover.
Please remain seated during your tour, keeping your hands and arms inside the vehicle, and kindly refrain from smoking. Thank you. You are now beginning a grand circle tour of Tomorrowland aboard the Peoplemover, the first system of its kind in the world. Since its 1967 opening, the Peoplemover has carried more than 50 million guests. Your tour of Tomorrowland will cover 3/4 of a mile and will give you a close-up look at many shows and attractions, as well as previews of many others.
Hey Fred, would you mind doing this for me? But before you do, I just want to ask the audience, how many of you were at D23 a couple of years ago? Do you remember when we made the big announcement about Star Tours? We were interrupted by Darth Vader? Okay, Fred, would you do that as the voice of Darth Vader as you did for D23?
Attention all pilots. To ensure a safe flight, mind the platform gap as you board the flying saucers. Then remain seated with your seatbelt fastened, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the flying saucer. And please supervise your younger pilots. Don't fail me. If you see that.
Okay, you know, Mark has already done a little bit of Rod Serling, but I'm going to make him do it live for us anyway, just because I brought the script with me. All right.
The time is now, on an evening very much like the one we have just witnessed. Tonight's story on the Twilight Zone is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of an induction. This, as you may recognize, is a maintenance service elevator, still in operation waiting for you. We invite you, if you dare, to step aboard because in tonight's episode, you are the star. And this elevator travels directly to the Twilight Zone.
Please do the captain for us live so we can prove that you do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking to you from the wheelhouse. I'd like to welcome all of you aboard the Twain Riverboat. For safe passage on our trip, please do not sit or climb on the outside railings. And be sure to watch your children. The waters can be unpredictable in these parts, and we'd sure hate to lose any of you. Also, there should be no fires or smoking on board. Thank you.
Jeff Fischer. Yes. Would you do the great Piggy Bank Adventure Piggy Bank voice for me, please?
Oh gosh, I can't even remember what I did, but let's see. Okay, hey, welcome to the Great Piggy Bank Adventure. As you may have already guessed, I am the Piggy Bank. My job is to help people save and invest money so they can make their dreams come true. Only right now I'm kind of empty. But we can change that together. All you have to do is start and set a goal.
Yeah. Brought to you by T. Rowe Prize. Thank you. Here we go. Okay.
He says he threw
Finally,
it
I
away.
did throw it away.
It was a throwaway.
Okay. Okay. We know it's Bill Rogers, but here's Bill Rogers doing Bill Rogers.
Remember, dreams come true. Presented by Honda. Please try to remain in the same area until the lights return to normal, if you don't mind.